After seeing the saint of Carpe Diem glide across the tissues of the brain, the aging geneticist puts on a tie and weeps. In between the indigo and crimson, the wires of acid and base, the snake of vision and voice, the uneasy balance of pomegranate and honey, the chimera of choice, the shackles of heredity, lies, like an animating script, a dissolving sugar, a tongue adrift, a program of senescence in the machinery of the self. One spectral guide is the absence of darkness, a mirror that would do well to reflect on the tarnished architecture of phenotype, polishing the brutality of messages on the body's medium. Here, evolution is just another scar, with childlike blood in the bathroom sink, the torn sleeve of innocence, a mistaken pattern of prophecy, the golem of desire, where sacred words are placed under the tongue, fires that burn into eloquent ash, a celluloid castle for the count. How they laughed when he said that all vampire stories are really just about old men feeding on the innocence of girls. Is that what happened to you? And you said art is the delight in capricious monstrosity, but you really didn't say that, did you? The lights inside are bright. Our voices are in the air, surging into each moment in strange ways. The walls of a neuron are squeezed, the branches of another pinched, and happiness or sadness, mystery or desire rise like ocean waves, raw or gentle or vibrant, beyond all borders, shapeless as unmolded clay, but it's the mass of water underneath, where suns are extinguished, and the planet's beaches swell in a miasma of the iris that guards the patron saints. He saw eyes like a river of jade, hands made of spun wool, lungs like spools of candy, and he can feel an idea of the cautious skeleton of space, of emigration into time, of an impermeable photograph, of the glacial geology of a sleepless mica dawn, are all small miracles. Steps into the blossom of molasses, a Gulf Stream of amber, where solitude is dissolved in a vibrant wash of uplifted atoms, transcribing heartache and delight. Cacti and fleshy plants, topaz and tourmaline, into a whisper of messengers scaling the ruins of the temple of Castor and Pollux as a green tree frog, driven by conditioned reflex, gingerly stretches over a window pane into a neon heaven of mesmerized aphids. He remembers the boy on crutches, his haloed hair and wide brown eyes, the girl with the twisted back, her grin and soft freckles, his own empty hands, the taxonomy of despair, reliving life on a barren alien planet of alcoholics. In the stale, humid air, in the cool drink of drifting sweetness, in the burning, star after star, mile after mile, bloodstain after bloodstain, war after war, life after life, curse after curse, night after night, cell after cell, dream after dream, death after death, of midnights, unnoticed apocalypse. What neural networks report? A nimbus of flattering instinct, an empirical starburst, stealing hours of silent gloom as radio waves ride into the sun, spun of golden silk, and the silt of galaxies pours into our flesh, inevitable Cronus and biology, slavering at the stroke of a broken vessel that courses through nothing more than the human heart, sealed in its canopic jar near Pharaoh's body, knowing that though the universe may bubble in expanding loops, simmer in timelessness, we do not. We can only contract, like a sinking ship, hold on to a life preserver, call it sanity or insanity, that there's only one way in or out of this prison of organs and limbs. Everyone has a thread somewhere on their body, and if you pull it and pull it and pull it, their lives will fall apart. It could be anywhere, on the ankle, on the arm, the neck, amongst the hairs on your head. You must never, ever tell anyone else where your thread is. Mine is on my chest, on the upper right-hand side, obscured by a small red dot. You see, everything that is funny is in some way painful, and everything that is painful is in some way funny. And merciless can be kindness, and shame a form of love. Soon enough, gasoline fills the car that drives through the labyrinth of rose and ebony seasons, through the laughing tortures, the fear of irrelevance, where the final enigma is made clear, then forever obscured, where no contrivance of reproduction or diagrammatic charts can reclaim the flow and ebb of one body's emotions, where the withering dignity of marble stone is a progress that swallows ash and bone, that aspect of human consciousness, that curiosity on the nature of tears, entering a valley at daybreak and leaving with dusk, in a trail of forgotten years. But you and I and everyone else are seen and unseen, touched and untouched, kissed and unkissed, needed and unneeded, broken and unbroken, dreamed and undreamed, loved and unloved, are woven into a tapestry that reveals no particular image or meaning, that is ugly and beautiful at the same time. And maybe what you've written on my arm, what life writes on the bodies of animal and man, is an apology, where there are always departures, doors, bedrooms, where the sanctity is the reaction to revolt, where propaganda leaves nothing outside its domain, where you wouldn't have started sobbing if you were with someone you wanted to be with, where we ultimately find ourselves living in a universe where the butterflies are gone. Lacrimi hominum, lacrimi hominum, lacrimi hominum.